us. We're not playing great right now. I think if you look at the free throw line, you look at the rebounding, if you look at their assist, not necessarily our assist because of the way they were defensively, our shooting percentage, their shooting percentage, we just didn't have it. We just didn't have it. And the only thing I said after the game was, that's a really good team, but there is no magic formula. There is no magic formula. You just got to put your hard hat on and go to work, and we've got to do it pretty quick because probably the hottest team in the conference is coming here on Saturday in UAB.
When you see a team miss a lot of shots like that during the flow of the game, what's your cause behind that?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm more concentrated on the shots we're trying to get them. And if I feel like we're getting them good shots, then we're doing everything we're supposed to do. And this is not to put it all on them by any stretch of the imagination, but at some point, and I've said this before, you have to decide enough's enough, and you got to knuckle up and go to work. Whether it's my diet or my weight, and I've got to change some things, and or your basketball play, or your studies, or your class, whatever it may be, you got to decide enough's enough. And up to that point, we got 5 games left in the season. We kind of got a little bit of a monkey on our back right now. I don't know that I would necessarily feel that way had not dropped the game at North Texas, because you're talking about 2 of the best teams in the league. And depending on how you want to look at it, our administration's so supportive that they'll look at it. We got beat 30-something there last year, and we only got beat 20-something this year. And I can make the argument that they're better this year than they are last year, and so are we. But I just want to be into it. I don't feel like we're into it right now, and I don't know the magic formula. We're going to meet as a staff this afternoon. We'll practice tomorrow at 11, and provided everything goes according to the initial plan, we play it at 1 on Saturday, I think, against a UAB team that's really good.
Seemed like there were a couple 50-50 calls that didn't go your all's way early, and that's the first time this season that I've seen a couple girls sort of drop their head. Is that something that surprised you a little bit that early in the game, or no?
Well, it's so funny that you mentioned that, because in the press conference at Western Kentucky after the game, they said, okay, Coach, what do you got? And I said, I hate to say this in this room. Then I said, I hate to say this in this room because I don't want you to think ill of me. But if you look at the box score of the Western Kentucky game, Western Kentucky was better than us that day. They were tougher than us. But they had, I think, 1 more field goal or 2 more field goals, but 2 of our field goals were threes, and we were 2 up on, so we were up in the field goals. They out-rebounded us by 1, which was a defensive rebound. We had more turnovers, but we also had more assists than them. We won, statistically, we won. And they shot 21 free throws, and we shot not 21 free throws. And we haven't gotten, and I told them, we haven't gotten that break at home since I've been here. Louisiana Tech, Indiana State last year, Morehead State last year. We haven't gotten that, the benefit of that. And I think that wears on you a little bit, especially when you're not playing as well as you want to. But then we've also got to capitalize. We left 11 points out there on that, but you could tell. I don't know if it's because the kids weren't here, or I really can't tell you. It was cold in the gym, but it wasn't cold for them. They shot it just fine. But we've got to. There is no magic formula. You just got to go back and go to work, and we got to do it pretty quick.
Especially when you're not hitting shots, the little things become magnified. And it's one thing if you're not hitting shots, but the second chance opportunities that you all gave up it became pivotal, especially early. They got some 3-point attempts off that.
Yeah, they had 23 second chance points. It's essentially the game. As bad as we play, that's essentially the game. And but they're good. They asked me on the radio as soon as we got done, well, what'd you do to stymie Cheyenne Parker? I said, I don't know. We stymied her. She had 7 points and 10 rebounds in 14 minutes. She didn't have a triple-double, but he only played her 14 minutes. And she didn't have to do much. We basically gave up 3 double-doubles today, and we just didn't have it. We were flat. Marisha lost a family member last night. I don't know if that, played part. She and I were literally in tears in the huddle because I said, rejoice the life, don't mourn it. Show that kind of passion. I don't know. We just didn't have it, man. We just didn't have it.
When you have a player like Parker that comes in, lighting everybody up, and it seemed like you were defending to take her away essentially. Is that one of the things? I mean, you'll live with other people beating you, and they came to play.
You're going to give up something, especially again. I mean, he's been there 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about the program that he built in the last 10 years because I'm a student of it too. We're trying to build something here, and postseason play helps, and he talked about all the things that they're doing, but he's when they're that good, you're going to have to give up something, and we took our chances and rolled the dice and crapped out, literally.
The shots, you didn't always hit your shots. Were you satisfied with the shots? You got the shots you wanted?
No, not necessarily. I thought we got when we shared it and the ball changed sides of the floor, even not with the pass because of the way they were denying the wings, but when the ball changed sides of the floor, it was easy to tell whether we took a good shot or a bad shot because of the way they were defending. If we took an open shot, it was a good shot. If it was a challenge shot, it wasn't a good shot because there wasn't much room to breathe out there. So, I was a little more aggressive with the officials today to try and get that edge that we haven't been getting because I was pretty frustrated after the Western Kentucky game, and and then we go 15 to 26 from the free throw line. So it was more like, there you go, coach. There's your shot at it, and unfortunately we just didn't have it.
At the other end of the floor, they hit a lot of three-point shots. How would you evaluate your defense, and particularly against the three-point shot today?
Well, I mean, when you're doubling down on the post, you're going to give up something. When you're putting 2-on-1, they're trying to hit it where you're not. And, they shot it really well. We missed some assignments, but, we missed some assignments all day. And I challenged our group. I told our group probably 2 days ago in practice, something ain't right, something don't feel right. And sometimes they'll adhere to that, and sometimes they won't. They're teenagers. But like I said, there's no magic formula, and we've got to come back and we've got to be better. And we've got to be better really fast because there's only 5 games left in our seniors' mind. Now, there's good news for Leah. I haven't talked to you guys since we got her a year back. She's only a junior right now, and I'm thankful for that. But we need more out of her. And it's not scoring. It's not necessarily scoring. She didn't do a very good job defensively on rebounding today. We gave up 17 rebounds and 23 second chance points, and we're just worried about the wrong stuff, her included. And she's mature enough to handle that where she might not have been the last couple of years, and we've got to be better. We've got to be better in all facets.
What things does Mill do to really frustrate other teams? It seemed like they were just scrapping all over the place at times. Even when their shots weren't falling, they were able to get those loose balls and those offensive rebounds.
I think they move the ball real well. They share the ball, and they take good open shots, and then they knock down open shots. So I think that kind of hurt us when we have to scramble, trying to figure out where the ball is after we double down on post. So it gave us a little run for our money.
Do you all, with 2 losses coming in, do you all start to feel that pressure a little bit when 10 minutes into the game you all aren't able to hit shots?
Yeah, I feel like everybody did. We just need to keep going, keep pushing it. Our teams play way better, including me. So I just feel like we got more in us. I don't know what's holding us back, but I wanted to come out. 5 games left.
Coach, you all picked up Parker's 4th. You pick up 4th on a girl in the first half, 3 fouls on Petty, and 4 minutes. Parker picks up her 4th and 15. Were you sort of expecting that run at that point? Like, okay, we've built up some foul trouble. This is our chance.
Yeah, and then we started settling for jump shots. And we went 3 of 15 from the 3-point line. We missed easy plays. We missed layups too. And that's when you can tell. And I can tell you about by the first media timeout whether we're focused or not. And just by a couple of things that I'll check out. And it was pretty evident pretty early. We were in trouble. It was probably evident to him too, which is why he let him play a little bit. But on to the next one.
Has the weather affected you guys getting prepared with all this week, or your focus, or getting to and from?
We're not one to make excuses, really. We didn't practice on Monday, but I don't think. Notre Dame may not practice this week too.
I feel like we could have been more focused since
Is it hard to get back? I mean, you know, you look and it's almost like a Thanksgiving break type game or a Christmas break type game. How difficult is it when you're used to being a student athlete and managing, you know, school and then practice and things like that? How difficult is it to step out of the norm a little bit and just focus on basketball?
I feel like, well, to me, I feel like that would be easier for us to focus if we don't have anything else to worry about but basketball. And I mean, some people are different, you know, so I don't know, I just thought maybe we could have been more focused this game.
You know, the only thing, which is, the girls don't know about this kind of stuff, but it's hard to know, okay, you're in class, no, there's the delay, then you know you don't have your 4 o'clock class, but you do have your 11 o'clock class, and scheduling practice times, you know, the men are trying to get out a little bit earlier, and trying to be accommodating, and we're accommodating. I mean, you know, we help Middle, and we helped Tulsa last year, and, you know, we're gonna do right by people. But I don't know that affects the kids. Those are facts, but it's certainly not an excuse. I'm not making an excuse, but I'm just telling, because I think I was talking to Beatrice, this is a unique week. We've not experienced it in our 3 years, and I don't know what it was like before us, but she says it's just been a funky week. It's just been a funky week, and we played worse than the week's been, for sure. But it's been a little bit weird for me. I mean, I texted Beatrice this morning and said, are we still on? Because I got the email from the university saying, don't go out because of frostbite. You know, you don't know, but we just gotta be better, man. We just gotta be better. But at the end of the day, hey, we're 14-10. And we dropped 3 in a row, and one of those was on the road at North Texas, but we didn't have McKenzie Acres either. You know, we went on the road at Rice in a close game, and then we run into a buzzsaw that is Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. And now we got the hottest team in the league. And I don't promise you, I think we'll play better, but I don't know that we'll get a different result on Saturday, you know, or the rest of the year. It doesn't matter. We just got to go back and go to work.
The thing is, you will know the schedule though now, there's definitely no class tomorrow.
Right.
You know, I mean, you guys will be a little more locked in like normal, except that you won't have class on Friday.
I hope so, and then, you know, hopefully they feel like, okay, enough's enough. We got to make a stand. You know, we draw a line in the sand and play a little bit better. If not, the weather won't be as bad as our ball. But hopefully the ball will be a little bit better on Saturday. I'm excited. My mom and dad are coming in, provided their plane can get in. I don't think they're really coming to see me. I think they're coming to see 2 midgets in my house, but I'm excited that they're coming in, and hopefully, you know, hopefully we play a little bit better with my dad than Jim, or I may be whipped with a belt. But I'm excited to see them.
Anything else?